Hey guys, this is Cam for 15, back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another season review of My Life Reincarnated as a Slime. Now, season 2, part 2 is about to come out soon, and I've already done season 1 of My Life Reincarnated as a Slime review. So I'll link that at the end of this video and you guys can go get my thoughts. But here, I'm here to give my review on My Life Reincarnated as Slime Season 2, Part 1, the first half of Season 1, with the whole aspect of, this whole craziness. Now, Season 2, in terms of things to have laughs, there's very much not laughs. It's very much kind of despair and tension, which was in a few bits of season 1 of this show, but wasn't there a lot. And this season, for the first half, had a very much large tension with the overlooming threats, like the Kingdom of Fallen and then Demon Lord Clayman, and stuff like that, especially with the fact that at the end we get revealed that it seems like some other demon lords are working with Clayman as well as Malim for some odd reason. But coming off the first season, obviously this was a highly anticipated season of My Life as Reincarnated as a Slime, and I very much enjoyed this first half of the season because it gave me so many cool moments that I never ever, I barely saw in season 1 to some extent. Again, I watched the English dub for this alliteration of season 2. And what I'm going to be doing is when it gets back up, I'm going to be reviewing them on a weekly basis, but I'll be watching the sub to do that. But the thing we find out here in this is essentially because of all the trade routes and stuff like that. It essentially affected the Kingdom of Falmu's little, whole, way of getting money and currency and keeping its city alive. And eventually they go out and they essentially create a ruse to make the monsters obviously attacking our people in the Forest of Tempest attack the human characters even though they started. And that's when we get the whole, Rimuru's repercussions for his actions of saying, hey guys, do not attack humans and stuff like that. Because guess what? When you have humans that end up doing bad things or doing things for sinister reasons, they will freaking, kill you. And obviously the monsters are not fighting back unless provoked. But, Rimuru, for the most part, why it was also another bit of a despair for this season, was Rimuru was kind of mostly not there when the attack was going on. And I like how they walk you into this season, like the first 3 episodes and stuff like that. And I kind of like how one of the episodes in one of the kingdoms where the dwarves are at, the kingdom where the dwarves are at, you have the dwarf king essentially saying like, hey, man, you can't really be so trustworthy and so open because sometimes it can come back to get you bite you in the butt and everything. You got to at least put a little bit more demands out there, which is understandable. And yeah, because we know Rimuru wants to be diplomatic, but in this season, it wasn't diplomatic and stuff like that. We get introduced to, obviously, Demon Lord Carrion's forces and troops. And we have some allies, like one of his allies who's Yom's buddy, who they fight over Mulan in this season because yada yada yada. But yeah, that was the interesting thing there. But yeah, but after the first 3 episodes, that's when things start to pick up for this season because that's when you have the Kingdom of Fallen essentially forcing the monsters by their hands to attack him. And with Rimuru out, he can't do much of anything. And it was a pretty crazy episode when they were attacking them and they put up the barriers that essentially made monsters weaker and everything, and they had the upper hand on them and put the monsters like Shion, Benimaru, and the others at a disadvantage. And you clearly see, like, for example, As I look up one of the names. What is it? It's hold on. No. Yeah, Haruko. Harakuro. Go against the one sneaky guy. He couldn't beat him. Gobta got beat down to a pulp. Shion lost to the one dude. With the spiky hair, and it was all because that one conniving girl in their party. And it also didn't help that Mulan also put in some effort in there too from the work of Clayman, and essentially threw up another barrier that helped weaken. And it looked to the point where it's like, she betrayed us and stuff like that. And it was crazy. I'm like, what the hell? And then you have Rimuru on his end after leaving the school and saying goodbye to Chloe and the other kids for giving each of them presents and stuff like that. We see Hinata, Saguchi, I believe that's her last name, a friend of Shizu's, tried to take Rimuru out. And that battle was crazy. Like, the animation was insane. And I like the fact how, even though we know Rimuru is a very OP character, he's not OP to the point where he wins every match. Like here, he actually had to retreat against Hinata because Hinata was way too strong for him. Stuff like that. Now, I don't know how Demon Lord Rimuru is gonna go against her, but it's gonna be very interesting to see. So yeah. And I very much enjoyed that battle. Like when when Rimuru combined like his entire body with all the essences, it was pretty freaking dope and stuff like that. And we just kind of stayed chill and things like that. And then, let me just say this, after coming back, it was very emotional because you see all the goblins and including Shion killed. You really go to see that these humans are despicable. Like they're even killed, like I think children as well. They were willing to kill, little children. It's like sometimes, I'm human myself, but sometimes humans are despicable people. They are despicable creatures and stuff like that. And when at the tide of the battle, when essentially they're coming up with the plans to attack, and the fact that Rimuru, in order to bring the others back to life, is that he has to become a demon lord. I like the whole aspect of the fact that he was willing to do that, willing to kill humans. I like that he told all the other monsters, like, I used to be a human myself and I reincarnated as a slime. I thought that was dope in the whole planning. And then probably one of the best case of anime in terms of getting back at characters who do despicable, horrible acts. This was one of the best animes where I watch. I'm like, yes, they're justified in killing certain characters off, and I don't care how many they kill, especially if they are humans. And when they had the Rimuru's forces go against the Kingdom of Famu's forces and be openly, willingly able to kill, I got an utter enjoyment out of each and every one. Those three so-called heroes, when the girl kind of got a pretty bad fate because she got choked out by the one guy. But, the one dude got so scared of the fact that he got killed, and then, oh boy, after he killed his companion, eventually got to the point where he was freaking afraid. And I was like, yes, feel fear. It's crazy enough he ended up dying thanks to that old sorcerer guy and stuff like that. But that was the thing there. And then Rimuru tops it all. But again, like I said, you see all these forces, all of Rimuru's forces finally get their revenge of killing these humans for the axe. And then you cap it off with Rimuru doing Mekado or something like that, where essentially he's got all these liquidy forms and they just essentially like just quick darts that are killing the soldiers and everything. I was like, yes, I love what I'm seeing and everything. I'm like, I'm getting up in arms. I'm like, this is dope. This is dope. And it was crazy. And then I loved how he patronized the king and essentially was playing no more games, because we know Rimuru from season 1, he would have been trying to, talk it out with the king of Falmu. And maybe fell into that trap of having false trust. But this Rimuru is like, no, I'm giving you no mercy. I like how he cut off his arm. He's like, look, if you're not going to listen to my demands, you're going to die. And stuff like that. And the whole transformation to the Demon Lord status was very freaking insane, very cool. And then when Rimuru finally awoke from his slumber and revived everybody, I was like, oh yeah, yes, it's great and everything and stuff like that. But obviously, I did what I did find funny is Diablo. Diablo, the new attendant to another attendant or another commander to Rimuru. He was pretty funny, especially from the fact that he's trying to gain Rimuru's respect because I guess say he's, I guess, somewhat, you know, I guess you can say attracted to the fact that he wants his master to recognize him and stuff like that, which is pretty crazy within itself. Now the season obviously ended on a pretty good note with Rimuru finally bringing out Veldora to have his own body. But also what it seems like the darker side, which still is an overwhelming threat, is Clayman and the whole Malim situation and stuff like that. Especially the fact that he went up against Carrion, Demon Lord Carrion, and she just utterly took out his nation and stuff like that. Now we don't know if Carrion's dead. I hope he's not. I hope he's still alive somehow. But it's going to be very interesting to find out why Malim is doing what she's doing. We see the true form. We also do get a little bit of a mini backstory about Malim too. How the fact that she had Veldora as, I guess you could say, her pet and stuff like that. In order to bring Veldora back, she became a demon lord to do it, which was very interesting. And like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what Clayman has up his sleeve, because that's the next threat going into part 2 of season 2 and stuff like that. And it's going to be very intriguing to see where My Life Reincarnated Slime is going to be going. The one thing I forgot to bring up in season 1, my season 1 review, is about the openings and the endings. Now, I haven't listened to the endings I haven't listened to endings as much as the openings for season 1, but I love the openings for season 1. And this is the same case for season 2's opening and ending. I haven't played much of the season 2 opening, but I like it. I think it's still pretty cool and pretty nice, beat. And then the ending, I loved the ending. I always play it at least one time when I'm in the car, and I'm always humming and singing to it and stuff like that. But yeah, action and art were great, just like the first season and things like that. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on season 2. It was kind of a much more smaller, shorter review than I did my season 1 review, but it was still a really good season. I can't wait to look forward to season 2, part 2 of My Life Reincarnated Slime. Now, again, like I said earlier, I don't know if I'm going to do a Slime Diaries review. Maybe I will if I get the chance to watch that. So yeah, but other than that, that's kind of it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on My Life Reincarnated as a Slime season 2 part 1, your hype levels for part 2 of season 2, or anything else. Other than that, I'm the guy for guys. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get more My Life Reincarnated as a Slime content, as well as any other anime reviews I upload to the channel. Other than that, I'm the guy for guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and until then, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.